Hello, receiving students, receiving teachers, and 6Es. Thank you. Take your seats. Right, students, our topic is based on this trend, living things, substrand nature of living things, and outcome 6.2.1. Our topic for today is on building blocks of life in animals. That is our topic for today. Before we go on to our activity, let's quickly recap on our last lesson, what we have done in our last lesson. I have a question for you. Class, let's read the question together. Oh, this is very bad. Let's all read together. Start. Right, in your last lesson you looked at plant cells. You made a model in your groups of the plant cells. You labeled the different parts. Now, and you copied down two important summary points about cells. Why are they called, or why are they known as building blocks of life? Receiving students, please tell your teacher. Or why are cells important? Let me put that question another way, or let's see it from another angle. Why are cells important, or why are they known as building blocks of life? What happens if we don't have cells? Come on, model class. Anyone's got something, or if you want to try, don't be afraid of making a mistake. We will all learn from our mistakes. Okay, Nora, please tell us. Right, good. Did you hear what she said, class? Yes. All right. Nora, please repeat your answer.
Because they make up all living things.
Okay, because they make up all living things, both plants and animals. All right. Cells are so small that we cannot see with our eyes unless there is a machine called a microscope that helps us to see. Make small things become big, and they help us, they are the ones that build up life. And your body is made of millions and millions and millions of cells, so as plants, right? And all cells come in different sizes and shapes, right? Your last lesson, you made a model of a plant cell. Can someone describe to me the shape of a plant cell? Receiving students, tell your teacher, what is the shape of a plant cell? Or how does it look like? It's a very simple question. Anyone could answer. Okay, Laka, how does a plant cell look like? Give us its shape.
It's small and curvy.
Again.
It's small and curvy.
Okay, it's small and curved in size. Is that what you said? All right. Laka says it's curved. All right, let's see the picture of a plant cell. Okay, this is the basic structure of a plant cell. Okay, it is box-like. You can read from other books. You will see it's box-like or it is rectangle in shape. Right, and you have the different parts. In my picture here, you don't have the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm fills the whole cell, and one of its function is to, it does the activities of the cell. It also, it does the activities of the cell. Chloroplast gives the green coloring of the plant, and chloroplast can be found anywhere in a plant cell. In this diagram here, you have it only one side, but if you see other pictures of plant cells, you will find that these disc-like green things are found either on the sides or everywhere in the cell. Right. The main part of the cell is the nucleus that controls all activities. What does the cell membrane do? Okay, it protects and allows what goes in and out of the cell. The cell wall is the one that gives the shape of the cell, plant cell. The vacuole is this part here. It's filled with liquid, right? That's where the sap, the plant sap is called, the plant cell sap. The area here is known as vacuole. All right, today's lesson we will be looking at animal cell. I will now show you a diagram on a chart, and you are to, your activity for today, you will study the diagram, and you will draw and label the parts of the animal cell. All right, receiving students in the model class, you can see the diagram of the plant cell. This is a typical diagram of an animal cell. And an animal cell has three parts labeled: the cell membrane, cytoplasm, and the nucleus. All right, so I'd like you to quickly copy the diagram into your exercise book. And once you have finished copying the diagram, you discuss among your group. Try to list down the functions of each part of the animal cell. Okay. Right, you have two parts to this activity. You copy the diagram down. The next part, you will complete the table on the functions or what each part of the cell does. Okay, what's the noise here? Remember, when you are drawing, always use a pencil to draw. Right, if you have color pencils, you can color your pictures. I think most of us are almost finished with the diagram. All right, shall we move on to the next part of our activity? All right, let me see how many of us are finished. Receiving students, good. Model class, thank you. Put your hands down. Let's move on to the next part of our activity. All right, the next part of your activity, you are to complete this table. You will discuss in your groups and complete this table. The table simply shows the three parts of the animal cell and write down their function. What is the work or function of cell membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm? Receiving students, if you have your library books there, you can use your library books to help you, or your teacher can help you with charts to complete the table. For the model class, you can also do the same, and please discuss in your groups and complete the table. Okay, you can refer back to your previous lesson on plant cell, or refer back to your notes that you have taken with your teacher. right, let's see if you have completed cell membrane, writing the function for cell membrane. Hands up if you have completed writing the function of cell membrane. Good, hands down. Hands up if you have finished on nucleus. Oh, many hands. Good. Receiving students, I hope you are also with the model class. Hands down. Last one, cytoplasm. Good. Hands down. All right, let's give maybe less than a minute for those of us who are still writing. Those of us finished, please sitting up straight and you get ready. All right, Onea will give us the function of cell membrane. The rest of you, please check your work. Rodney will give us the function for nucleus, and Michaeline will give us the function for cytoplasm. Receiving students, please do the same.
Protects from not allowing unwanted substances to enter.
Okay, Onea.
From not allowing unwanted substances to enter.
All right, class, did you hear what Onea said? All right, Onea, can I have your book so I can write what you have on the whiteboard? Okay, that's Onea's answer. All right. Or if you have, it controls what goes in and out of the cell, you're still okay. Anyone's got another answer apart from Oneo? Okay, no one. So that's the answer for cell membrane. Let's go on to the next person, Rodney. Thank you. Nucleus. What is the function of nucleus?
Control all activities.
Sorry?
Control all activities.
All right, let's write down what Rodney has said. Right, class, hands up if you got this written. Hands right up, receiving students, good on you, put your hands down. Thank you, Rodney, for that answer. Nucleus controls all activities of the cell. So that's the powerhouse. All right, let's go. Michaeline, the last one, cytoplasm.
Carry or transport all activities within the cell.
Okay, cytoplasm fills the cell where it it carries or transports all activities within the cell. Hands up if you got that written. Give yourself a nice good tick, receiving students. I hope you have. And one big clap to yourself. All right, class, let's have a look at this poster here. All right, now we are going to compare the plant cell and the animal cell, and I'd like you to carefully look at the picture and try to see if you can see some differences on the picture. Anything different from the plant cell and the animal cell, or the parts of it? Look at the parts of it. Tell me, someone in the class. Hands up. One thing different that you can see from these two different cells. One is the animal and the other one is the plant cell. Caro? Okay, let's get ready. Alison, get ready. Caro will give us his answer first. Caro, stand.
The plant cell has a lot of things and the animal cell doesn't have many.
All right, come and point to us. What do you mean by saying a lot of things? He said plant cells have a lot of things and animal cell does not. So he will show us which ones. Tell the class, please. Turn around and tell the class. Which ones? Plenty things.
The plant cell has vacuoles and cell wall, but the animal cell doesn't have.
Right, good. Class, give him one big clap. Thank you, Caro. All right, so you can find that vacuole in some, vacuole is also found in animal, but they are small. The spaces are very small, okay? The vacuole is small in animal cell, whereas in plant cell, it's big, right? It's this. Right, and you have cell wall and cytoplasm. Why can't an animal cell have cell wall? Why? Animal cell has no cell wall. Why? Why is that? On air? I saw some students labeling this part as cell wall on an animal. That is why we are trying to make it clear to everyone that animal has no cell wall. Why? Right, animal has no cell wall because, class, animal cell comes in all sorts of shape, all right? It can be round, it can be oval, it can be, the shape is irregular, whereas plant cells, it comes in a box-like form because of the cell wall. It gives it shape. And the cell wall is rigid, meaning it is strong, okay? Chloroplast, nothing in animals. Why? Because animals go out and look for their own food. Plants have no hands and legs to walk and go and look for their food. Do they have hands and legs? No. So how do they make their food? All right, they use the sunlight, water to make their food. That is why chloroplast is important. It contains chlorophyll that helps the plant to make its food. Because plant is in one position, doesn't have legs and hands to look for food. All right, so you can see there are only 3 differences. Right, class, let's look at some examples of animal cells. Some pictures to show you. inside your cheeks, this, the cell, your cheek cells look like that. Not only you, me too, all of us. Okay, that's the sperm cell. It looks like that. As you go higher in your grades, you will learn more about animal cells. And that's the nerve cell, right? That's found in animals or in human beings, the nerve cell. All right, class, our summary, you have already copied the diagram down. The diagram is your summary for today's lesson, so as the table that you have filled, which shows the functions of the animal cells. Okay, that is your summary. And don't forget, you must know the difference between, here this chart, know the difference between the plant cell and an animal cell. Right, what is our key phrase for today's lesson? Okay, receiving students and teachers, our key phrase for today's lesson. Okay, animal cells. Our next lesson will be on where do you live? And materials needed for that lesson, A3 size paper, pictures of various plants and animals and different types of environments different types of environment in which those animals and plants live. With that, thank you class for your participation in today's lesson.
Thank you po.